We are back, and we are going to be talking a little baseball in just a few minutes. And make sure, because if you subscribe to our channel and you give us a like, and also you hit that notification bell, you'll be let known when we go live. So when we take this quick break, it'll pop up and say, hey, they're live again. This is what they're talking about now. If it interests you, then you'll know. And you can just click on it and join the conversation. Put some comments on the screen. We'll put them on the screen. Well, maybe we'll talk about it like we did the last part, part one, when we talked about NFL. Ronnie was in here dropping questions. And it was fun. I like that. I like these questions. Then we can have a little bit of debate. It's good. Good times. Good times. So we appreciate all your comments, stuff like that. And if you feel so you want to, go ahead and give that subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All right, now I'm canceling this out right now. Boom, that's done because it's baseball season. It's not only just baseball season; it's playoff baseball. Play ball. And the Yankees. So far, great game, great opening playoff game, the wild card. Where the Nationals came back and won on a kind of a blunder, but that happens in the playoffs. You got to be buttoned up defensively, and you can't make crazy mistakes. But sometimes those crazy mistakes turn into, heroics. Like, you make a great play and you throw somebody out of the plate, and that's great. He tried, didn't work out for him. Whatever. Nats are move on. Now they're playing. I think are they playing tonight too? Or did they play last night? They're playing the Dodgers, right?
They played last night.
They played last night, the Dodgers?
They played last night.
Yeah. Did they win last night?
So in the first game, didn't the Dodgers win last night? In the first game, the Cardinals, who were down 3-1, came back and won 7-6. So it was 7-3, and then the Braves put on 3. Great baseball. Yeah, the Braves put up 3 in the bottom of the ninth, but the Cardinals hung on, and now that series has swung in favor of St. Louis.
Yeah,
and they're going to be split going into St. Louis.
That's a team who's kind of underperformed all year.
Look out!
Paul Goldschmidt has kind of underperformed all year. Matt Carpenter has underperformed all year, but Paul Goldschmidt is a guy who, if he gets hot, he will literally carry you.
He hit a home run with, the 8th inning last night, in the top of the 8th inning, that I swear just landed. It was an absolute moonshot to the upper deck. It was just a rocket. High and far and deep. Oh, my. Unbelievable. And then, the Dodgers, listen, the Dodgers are going to win that series. They took care of business. Although I will say the game 2 tonight, matchup between Strasburg and Kershaw. Oh, baby. That's a good one. That's good stuff. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah. The Nats were a little shorthanded. Yeah. So they.
Well, yeah.
Yes, they had Scherzer and Strasburg, who both pitched in game in the.
Well, you did what you had to do.
So,
you did what you had to do to win.
And now you're a little bit more back. But even Strasburg is still, he did just pitch a couple nights ago. Now we'll see if he comes out but he pitched very well. When he came back in, he did a stand-up job in relief of Scherzer. So that was good. But
Walker Buehler was just, he was awesome.
He's filthy. He's a good pitcher.
He's 2 hits.
He's got a good name too.
Yes, it's just a really good.
Yeah, it's got Walker. You could put the Texas Walker, the Walker Texas Ranger in there. Yeah. Buehler. And actually, I feel bad for Corbin because he was good too. Yeah,
their bullpen imploded. So, but the guy he kind of went almost frame for frame.
And that's the thing with nowadays, and this is why I think the Yankees are set up for some good success this year, is because your starting pitcher is going to hand it over to the bullpen eventually. And your bullpen has to lock it down.
Yeah.
So that'll be very interesting to talk about. Unless somehow your pitcher goes 8 innings. I don't see that happening very much in the playoffs. But if that happens, then, great. But Yeah, I mean, like what happened with a couple years ago with Sevy getting bombed, and then what happened? Playoffs. I mean, in the playoffs, we had our rotation come in. They locked it down, and the Yankees fought back and won. We were there. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That wild card game was amazing.
Yes, it was.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to watch the game tonight. I'm kind of with you, but I want to see what you have to say about this.
Well,
Big Maple on the mound. Rotation. What
this series scares me a little bit, a lot, I should say, because it reminds me of that Spider-Man, GIF where like the two Spider-Men are just pointing at each other, because these teams are like mirror images of each other. They both hit a ton of home runs. These are the two, the two most prolific. I mean, this has an asterisk next to it because we were literally in the juice ball year of 2019. Mm-hmm. But these two teams hit the most home runs in baseball and are the 1 and 2 home run hitting teams all time in baseball history. Mm-hmm. But the Twins in the middle of that order have 5 straight guys who hit 30 or more home runs. That scares me. That scares me a lot, especially in Yankee Stadium. Now, listen, I mean, I'm sure if you're the Twins, guys like Barrios and Odorizzi, you're probably not loving the fact that you got to go up against this loaded Yankees lineup too. But this series does frighten me. I think it's a 5-game series for sure, and I will give it to the Yankees just because of that home field advantage in Game 5. But look, Aaron Boone has had an unbelievable year when you consider the adversity that he's gone through. No team, I believe, in the history of sports, much less baseball, has endured as many injuries and injury list stints as this team has. Over 30 guys have hit the injured list at some point in the season. He has been able to manage the bullpen very well. He's managed. He's really gotten this team to buy into the next man up philosophy, which is just. You talk about that in sports all the time because of the nature of injuries, but have you ever seen a year like this where there's been so many injuries where you've had to make the next man up speech like every other night? And for Boone to have done that with this team, and let's be honest, look at some of the names of these guys that have done this. I mean, who knew Gio Urshela existed prior to this year? I kind of really didn't. To be honest, I mean, and then when you consider the fact that right out of the gate, I mean, Greg Bird was Greg Bird again. Injuries, couldn't stay healthy, his damn foot. The fact that you lost Miguel Andujar before the year even started. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's almost like a forgotten guy now. He's like trade bait this offseason.
Both guys.
Well, I wouldn't say Greg Bird is trade bait.
He's not trade bait. I think he's definitely somebody that somebody would take a flyer on.
I would assume, but I mean, I don't think you're going to see him ever put on pinstripes. Not Yankee pinstripes, anyway. But for all the good that Boone has done this year, I question a little bit, not a lot. I mean, I'm maybe nitpicking here a little bit, but I do question a little bit the choice of not so much Paxton being one. Mm-hmm. That doesn't bother me too much. I probably would have gone Sevy 2 and not Tanaka 2. I would have pitched Tanaka the first game in Minnesota.
You want that Game 3 thing?
Not that, yes, but more importantly, because Severino has only pitched a few starts this year, I do not want to make the assumption that because I have a feeling
he could be a little too amped up. He could throw too hard.
And I feel here's the thing. Sevy should have pitched Game 2 because there is a good chance that he doesn't go very long in that game. And then that becomes a bullpen game. And if that's a bullpen game, that means you're going to burn through Ottavino, you're going to burn through Britton, you're going to burn through Green, you're going to probably burn through Chapman to get the win, if you get the win. Mm-hmm. And here's the problem I have. Tanaka, you really hope gives you 6 innings, maybe more, and you don't have to burn through the bullpen. But I would rather have had Sevy pitch Game 2, knowing that that's probably a bullpen game, and then knowing that those guys all have the day off after for rest. Now, what if Tanaka blows up in game 2? You got to pitch the bullpen in game 2 and the bullpen in game 3 if Sevy's no good. There's risk involved there. Oh. And listen, here's this isn't like one of those situations where you're looking at like the Astros rotation and you're like, hell. I mean, we'll put Verlander 1, Cole 2, Greinke 3. That's solid. It's as good as it gets. I mean, these Yankee pitchers, they're kind of like, no, I would not put any one significantly over the other. If I had to pick one to be a game 1 starter, it would have been Tanaka just based on his. So the way I would have done it is basically completely opposite of the way Boone did it. I would have gone Tanaka 1, Sevy 2, Paxton 3 in Minnesota. I don't hate it though. Like, I don't hate that Tanaka will. I don't hate it because I don't know. I would have wanted Tanaka or Paxton in game 3, not Sevy in a pivotal game 3, perhaps. Because I have a feeling Twins are winning one of these games in New York. And that's going to be all on Sevy. And if he loses that game 3, the Twins are going to be pitching in a game 4 for them to win the series at home, and that place will be rocking. That scares me. All right. Scares me a lot. I just think from a rest perspective, though, that's really more what it comes down to. Not so much that, Tanaka needed to start game 1, and, it's more that I would have pitched Sevy as a right-hander pitching to the big part of the park in Yankee Stadium, knowing that that's probably going to be a bullpen game, and that gives your bullpen the day off if you have to blow through them in game 2, and they'll be ready for game 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind the rotation, but I would always start Tanaka 1. That's just how I would go.
I would have too.
His track record is just his track record, and it's impressive in the playoffs. So that's the way I would have gone. I would have gone definitely Tanaka 1, and then I would have figured it out after that. I probably would have even gone Paxton 2. That's probably the way I would have gone just because of the way he's pitched, and then I would have gone with Severino, hoping that we had a 2-game lead already, and then just hoping that Severino can relax with a 2-game lead and just boom and go crazy.
Maybe that's Boone's thinking.
Yeah, that's the way I would have gone, but that's not how he went.
The other thing that Boone might be thinking too is maybe with a little bit of killer instinct, because maybe he's thinking, I'm going to throw my 2 best guys out there, games 1 and 2, get these first 2 games in Yankee Stadium, guarantee a trip back to New York if necessary.
Yeah,
I mean that's probably what he's thinking. Go for the throat. Sevy hasn't pitched a lot, and maybe they think the bullpen game is game 3, but that worries me because then you've got, we got
a good bullpen though, so that's good. I mean, that's something we got going for us. So, but if I had to ask you before the season started, what would you be more shocked with? Torres hitting 38 homers, or Gardner hitting 28 homers?
Oh, Gardner.
We didn't even think he was going to play this year.
By far, Gardner, I didn't think he'd play. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
With all the injuries, he had to play a ton.
Listen, I didn't think Gleyber would.
This might be Brett Gardner's best season.
You know what has been amazing about it is the fact that not only has he had to play, but because he's had to play every day. He's their starting center fielder. Yeah. He's their everyday center fielder. The guy's playing every game. What shocks me most is the durability that he hasn't gotten hurt.
Yeah,
not only that, but that he hasn't hit what you've seen in the past couple of years where the tank is on empty at the end of the year. That's the part that is actually most shocking to me. More than anything is his, not just the durability, but the fact that there's still some gas in the tank at the end of the year.
And that's what I mean, is that like he never really, and he also never really had that like 6 weeks of just nothing.
And here's what's even better. They've had 4 days off.
Yeah.
That's great for him.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he needed.
Yeah. He's still a 4th outfielder, maybe 5th in most of the time, but
maybe the thing that will shock me the most, more than anything, is that I would like for them to bring him back next year. Not to be a starter. Again, you want him to fill in. But to me, he's earned another year after this.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I'm saying that because I was pissed that they brought him back at $9 million this year.
I'd probably move on. Yeah, because, I mean, this is what happens. These older players, they always have that one great year before
they rally before they die.
Yeah.
The rally before death.
Happened to Jeter. It happens to everybody. Like, they have this amazing
I don't know,
year.
man. My cat rallied. She's still going.
Yeah. Living is different.
That's been 2 months.
My cat has rallied multiple times.
That cat was supposed to be put down in like early August, and she's still going.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Cats are amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, Brett Gardner, I just have a feeling I'm hoping that Cashman's like, yep, thank you so much for this year.
Will. Yeah, I'm sure he will. The one thing that kind of breaks my heart a little bit is that CC, I mean, he'll be there in the dugout, but he's not on the roster. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen him get the David Cone moment, which if you think back to David Cone in 2000 when he came in and he got the big out against Piazza, and that was it. He came in for that one guy and he got him. Like, I wanted to see CC get a lefty out in a big spot.
Yeah.
And I just don't think we're going to get, at least not in this series.
Yeah.
Maybe in the LCS, but I don't know.
He can still do it. He can get a couple guys out.
Of course he can.
And he's a lefty. Like, you need lefties.
You hope that a guy like that with his history, his passion, that he could just ratchet it up. Mm-hmm. One more time. Especially knowing
if he's
that
relieving,
you're going to come in a relief role, and that you might only pitch to one batter.
Right.
Throw as hard as you can, big guy.
Yeah.
Just let it loose. But
that's another one. Like, you had CC last year, dialed it up one last time, and now this year.
I will tell you, I don't know about you.
Almost a 5 ERA.
I have a bad feeling about this Twins series. I just do.
I don't. I'm not. There's nobody that really scares me besides the Astros. Really? When it comes down to baseball,
5 guys who can hit home runs consecutively in their lineup. Who can hit 30 or more home runs.
And how often do people hit home runs in the playoffs?
I know. But well, here's the thing I would counter to that is to say that Paxton and Tanaka are 2 guys who are prone to giving up home runs.
Solo shots for Tanaka, and that's it depends on when
You better hope that they're only solo shots.
No worries, because I'm going to look it up real quick too. I'll look it up real quick. I just want to see something real quick. Let's see if I can find it. I want to look at their team stats.
Frankly, I don't think it matters because I've got the Astros winning this whole thing anyway. So, and almost with ease. I think they're gonna run. I think they're gonna barrel through Tampa Bay like a hot knife through butter, and then I think they'll take the Yankees out in 6 games, and I think they would take the Twins out in 4.
So,
and then they'll destroy the Dodgers. This is gonna be. I believe that this postseason run for the Astros is gonna be very similar to what the Red Sox went through last year, because I just don't see. There's just no holes really. I mean, I guess if the Astros had like one hole, it'd be their closer. But
there's 2 things that I'm not worried about. With the Astros, we've always played Verlander well. He has like a 500 record against us.
I don't know. The last time wasn't.
He's good. Like 8-7 with like a mid-3 to high 3s ERA. It's his career.
Detroit Verlander, because Houston career. Verlander is different.
His career. He's a
machine. He's not a man. He's a machine.
And so I'm not 100%. I feel like we can hit Verlander enough to be able to keep. And I feel like we have a starter that can keep up enough with him. The only guy that really worries me is Cole, but he doesn't have a lot of playoff. He doesn't have a lot of playoff experience here. I don't even know if he has a start in the playoffs. He doesn't have a lot of playoff experience, but so that's a little, you never know how that's going to happen. And then Greinke is 35 years old.
The fact for me,
he's had a great year, but I'm not that worried about Greinke either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you are a positive human being.
It's not that I'm positive. It's just, I think that we can keep up with them. So I really think it's a coin toss.
Well, I said in 6, so I'm giving them a couple games.
I think it's a coin toss. I really think it's a coin toss
first, because I got my own worries about that.
The Astros and the Yankees, if they do get to play each other, I do think that it's a toss. It's a coin toss. And it's going to come down to bullpen, I think, and I think that the Yankees bullpen's better. So,
I said, I'll be happy to get by the Twins.
I'm not. The Twins and the A's and the Rays and all them, they don't really worry me that much. I mean, the Rays are always a little bit more of a worry because they just are so pesky and they do it all the time. The A's, we've proven over and over and over again to, just kind of.
Do you think the Rays even win one game against Houston? I don't.
Yeah.
You
I
do?
think they'll get a game. Oh, yeah.
Which one?
Which
game?
They're just going to get a game. They're going to get a game.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Right. I suppose.
Yeah. They're too pesky. And Kevin Cash is too good for me. He's too good. They're going to get a game.
He ain't on the field.
It doesn't matter.
Their
team is, and they play out of their minds.
I don't see it.
They play out of their minds. They're going to get a game. So I think that's going to happen. I also think that I think we might lose one game to the Twins. I'm not that worried about the Twins.
Wow.
Yeah. No, there's not that much playoff experience with this team, and on top of that, they're going to strike out a bunch. I do think that they put the ball in play better than the Yankees. I don't think they strike out quite as much as the Yankees but we had so many minor league players on our team this year that I'm just not that worried. I'm not that worried. I am worried in the fact that playoffs can, if you're hot at the right time, it doesn't matter. That's really what it comes down to. You got to be hot at the right time. The Yankees did not play well going into the playoffs. That also worries me a little bit. But at the same time, I do feel like playoff experience is good. I think that the Twins not having the success against us in recent times also helps us with a little confidence, a little swagger. And I do like our staff and our rotation over the Twins staff and rotation. So that's why I give them the head. That's where I give them the nod.
By the way, do we have news about Encarnacion? Is he playing?
Let me look. Let me see what we got here. Why is it not pulling it up?
Likely will the three possibly
Paxton to start game one. CC off roster. Encarnacion. The last thing I see here is Encarnacion swings pain-free in final tune-up. I don't feel anything right now. Thank God. And then it says I feel 100% ready to go. Today in the cage, Mr. Scene didn't feel anything. He is expected to be in the lineup as a designated hitter for game one.
That's good. They need him. His presence in that lineup is extremely important to this team.
Well, he's been there.
If you had to pick one person, could be pitcher or position player, that you were the most worried about in this postseason, who would it be?
Probably, if I had to pick one guy.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with Stanton.
I thought you would say Stanton.
Because just the previous years with all the Ks.
I can't say I blame you. I'm going to leave him off just because I felt like that was low-hanging fruit, and I didn't want to. The guy that concerns me the most is Gary Sanchez.
Really?
He's the guy that I think they need the most. And I'm just worried about the way the end of the season went. He just was not hitting the ball. His defense is much improved. So it's ironic. I actually am no longer concerned about his defense. It's more his bat. It's more his bat that I'm concerned about. Stanton, yes, of course, Stanton concerns me because Stanton reminds me of A-Rod in so many ways that it scares me. But here's the thing about Giancarlo Stanton too, is he just has I've said this to my brother numerous times. Man, if he could just find it for one postseason, he can wreck a series in a good way. Mm-hmm. Like just absolutely, he could win multiple games for you in a series if he's right. But I just have my doubts. I have my doubts because he's just so easy to pitch to. There's a formula for pitching to him. Yeah. It's
slider away,
slider, and then a ball 4 feet outside the strike zone, slider away. I mean,
if you want to, you can throw one up and in just to get him a little uneasy, get him off the plate a little bit, and slide it.
And he might swing and miss at that one too.
Yeah.
So,
Slide
but don't put anything in the wheelhouse because he'll hit it 600 feet. But he would be, of course, my number 2. But Sanchez worries me because Sanchez, it's kind of funny. Like I almost look at Stanton as a guy like, God, he's been out most of the year. Like, are we even really depending on this guy anyway?
No,
I mean,
I don't think we are.
There was a point at which you probably thought,
which I think is good for him.
I mean, I think there was a point at which you thought, like, this guy's not even going to be on the roster in the postseason, so who cares? So, I mean, yes, of course I worry about him. But I will tell you, Sanchez is still the guy because I feel like they need him desperately.
Yeah.
They need him desperately offensively and defensively, and I'm worried more about the offense than I am the defense.
I thought you were going to say somebody in the bullpen. I thought you were going to do somebody in the bullpen. I thought you were going to say Chapman or something like that.
No. I mean, Chapman,
fairly consistent.
He is.
He has occasional blips where he can't get the ball over the.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if there was one guy in the bullpen I'd be really scared of, it would be Britton and his control issues on occasion. I
don't know what's going on. He was a control freak.
Yeah, I know.
For a while, I mean, like he would like strike out like 10 guys per one walk.
Right.
It was, I don't know what happened, but his injuries really affected him a little bit. But all right, now since we're here. Let's get into. Why isn't it saying it? Oh, there.
I'm gonna sort it out.
We got to sort it out, cause it's Funko Friday. Brian Man seems somber.
Oh, it is Funko. I get always a little jittery first playoff game. Like the build up for it is. I always enjoy like the last couple weeks, like when you clinch the division and you really don't have to think about it too much, and then as the days start to wind closer, and then of course we're first pitch tonight. I still get it. That's how I know I still have a great passion for sports because I still got those nerves that kind of pop in.
I was talking with one of my friends, Max. He texted me just before the A's and Rays played, and he was asking me he's like, who do you think's going to win the World Series this year? Like, if you're just going to pin me down, I'm like, Yankees. I think they have the best overall team. That's so. And he's like, you're crazy. You're nuts. And then we started getting more into it. I was like, well, and he's like, I want the A's to beat the Rays because I think they'll play the Astros tough. Yes. But I think the Rays are going to win because I think Morton has playoff experience, and I think Manaya's never pitched in the playoffs. He's coming off an injury. Yeah. I don't think he's not going to be able to do it. And what happened? Like, it's just that happened. I mean, it is what it is.
The one thing I hate about that one game playoff is that I really think Oakland could have pushed and maybe tired out Houston a little bit.
That's what I wanted.
Have been 7. I think they would have actually pushed them to like 6 games.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, but I didn't think it was going to happen. Yeah. I didn't like the matchup. I didn't like the matchup that was in front of me. And Manaya, them putting him on the hill in his first playoff game, he hasn't pitched a full season. Like I didn't like it.
Now I think a couple weeks ago when we talked about, should the Yankees try and play for the 2 seed to avoid, Oakland, because I just assumed Oakland was going to. That was if I could take that back, I would take it back. Like, I wish they had gotten the 1 seed. I would have preferred them playing Tampa.
You never play for a seed. You just try and win it all. Win as many games as possible.
And I should have thought that way because
it almost seemed like they did the way that they played at the end of the year. Is that they almost seemed like they played for the 2nd seed.
I didn't think about it too much until I started to realize that the Twins are really like a mirror image of the Yankees, whereas Tampa would have scared me.
A mirror image offensively.
Yes, Tampa would have scared almost pitching wise too. Like if you look at their pitching, the starting pitching especially, not the bullpen. The bullpen, the Yankees have the advantage, but Tampa would have scared me just in the sense that they played us well in that last series, but they are not really a home run threat. Although everybody's kind of a home run threat this year. It's ridiculous, I mean, it really
Yankee
is.
Stadium, you're lefty too. And with the juice ball, I mean, Gardner hit 28 bombs this year.
I don't know. I would have been. It doesn't matter. I'd have been nervous either way. It's not going to matter. Nothing's going to change the nerves.
They could have been playing the Rangers right now. You'd be like, ah!
Sure. Right. Right. I would have. I would have. I would have been like, I don't know, man. This series is gonna be tough. Rangers are losing.
Maybe playing the Giants, you'd be like, Mad Bum's gonna pitch every game,
Yeah. Right.
and we're gonna just lose. Mad Bum's he's gonna hit 14 home runs.
Yeah. Well. Anyway. So yes, it is Funko Friday.
Yes,
and
it
because it is Game 1 of the playoffs. I thought it only fitting to we're gonna take a step back from the Halloween themed stuff that we've been doing for Funko Friday, and this one I know you'll love because we open tonight in Yankee Stadium, in Gotham, in the house that George financed. The house
Oh,
the great Bambino,
that's a good one.
the Colossus of Clout, the King of Swing,
Yes.
George Herman Ruth. Also, you noticed this Funko Pop calling his shot in the 1932 World Series in Game 3 against the Cubs.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's how you do
I
it.
dig it. I like that a lot.
Great
That's phenomenal.
Bambino. George Herman Babe.
I like it. That's a good one.
And
I like
let's
that a
hope
lot.
that the ghosts are out again for October.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Happy Funko Friday, everyone. Go Yankees.
So
Man, George, I wish you were in this lineup.
Monday, we were going to be coming back, and we were going to be pulling one of these. How is this actually, and how is this only? We'll be doing that on Monday. We got that. We're going to figure out a couple movies. I think I already have mine.
I'm going to try
There
and stay in
so-
the horror genre.
Okay. All right. I am definitely, I have one for me that I have a couple. There are a couple that I'm just kind of like, I cannot believe. And a lot of people are going to be like, what? How is that ranked that low? There's no way it
Wait,
should be
so
ranked that.
who's doing what, though?
I want to do the how is this only.
Okay, so I have how is this actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. That's
Do you
fine.
think you can do one? Think you got it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have it, but I'll get one.
Yeah. I have like so many that are ranked really low and I just don't understand it. Like I just don't get it. I don't understand why it's so low. And then you look at the audience score and you're like, really, critics? Are you really that not in tune with the rest of society? Come on.
Critics they're overthinkers.
Sometimes, for sure. And then, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing, oh, actually, I could even play the clip for you here. Watch this. Let me see. How is,
Welcome to the Rotten Tomatoes game. How is this actually?
yeah.
Oh, you played it? I didn't hear it.
You couldn't play it? You couldn't hear it?
No.
I played it, yeah.
No.
Oh, Clint just showed up for the end of the show. Signing out. You missed it, man. We did a Bills game. He overslept.
Oh, he overslept. Are you working today? Not that I should be talking, because I will be working right after this, probably till 9 o'clock today.
We did the Bills game. I gave it to the Bry man. I had him Bills Titans. He gave his talk.
I picked the
so.
Titans by 2. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, you should have let him go back and watch and see what you did. Oh, come on.
17-15.
Now we just
Titans.
lost one of our 17 views.
Hey, that's not bad, actually, for us. It's better than usual.
One of our dozens of watchers.
Yeah.
One of our
dozen of watchers.
Yeah, we had a good talk. Ronnie Piro came on and he actually gave us a good topic to talk about and discuss too. So if you want to put in the comments what you think about that question as well, we'd appreciate it. All right, so that's pretty much it for our show today. Remember, subscribe. If you'd like, you can hit that. It's always an option to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to let you know whenever we go live. We have all sorts of new things that we're going to be doing, and I've been working on them. I have a new intro that's going to be coming hopefully within the next week. I got to do some stuff that's going to. I'm working on the voice and intro music and stuff like that, and then I got to work on the visuals and stuff, so I'm working on all that too, so that's coming up. And then I'm going to try and do a segment stuff and get all this stuff like I just showed you, like how is this actually, how is this only. I did the How Is This Actually. Let me see if I
Yes.
can find the How Is This Only.
I like
Here.
Welcome to the Rotten Tomatoes game. How is this only?
Did you hear that one?
I see the visual.
You see it?
I see the visual on the screen.
But you
I
can't.
don't-
You can't hear it. Yeah. I wonder if it. Clint, let me know if you heard that. Because if you didn't, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't
this.
hear anything. I heard nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing for you,
Do you
Cap.
hear the intro when I play it?
Yeah, I hear the intro. Yeah. No, I do not. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't hear
Okay.
the intro.
Then that's good. That's good. He heard it. Good.
Okay, good.
Clint heard it. Fantastic. So yeah, we have those coming. We have all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna get into everything. I'm gonna try and get it slowly but surely. I'll get it all done. It was a rainy day yesterday. It was cold. Sat down, got some done.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot my. Yeah. Listen. It's a playoff Friday. Yankee baseball tonight. Really? Son of a bitch. All right, listen. I'll just go with my side off. To quote the great Tony Stark, "Part of the journey is the end. We have come to the end of our program. Happy Friday. Enjoy the playoffs. It is playoff baseball. It is October in New England, and it finally feels like October in New England. Finally, for once, instead of this disgusting humidity and heat, all you summer sweat hogs can kiss your hideous little season goodbye. It's over.
I just finished
It's-
my pumpkin spice.
Over. Good for you.
I've been feeling it this year. But it's good pumpkin spice. It's not that Dunkin' Donuts stuff. Unless Dunkin' Donuts wants to sponsor us, then I will gladly drink Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice.
They'll never sponsor us. I get mad at them too much on Twitter and say bad things.
What do you say?
I don't know. Sometimes I just I can't remember what the most recent thing was that I always trash them about their app because their app like sometimes I get like right to the drive-through window and I need to reload the app with money and it doesn't work, and then I have to either pay with cash, which I never have, or my card, and like I hate doing that because I like to use the Dunkin' money because you get points that help you earn free drinks.
Yeah.
Their app conveniently does that to me. So I trash them all the time about their stupid app. Yeah, it's like they know.
Did you see Clint, what he wrote? Pumpkin spice sports and sorts.
Yeah, their app is crap. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is, Clint. It's not good. It's not what you want. Speaking of which, Joe Girardi, will he be the next manager of the Mets or the Cubs?
Cubs.
I think so too. I think if it's so obvious and such a given, don't overthink it. He's gonna be the Cubs manager.
Wouldn't be surprised if Madden ends up a Mets manager.
I could see that too. You know what? The Mets need to do that. They can't hire some neophyte like Mickey Callaway, and they don't have the cachet to pull off what the Yankees did in hiring Boone and sell that as a good move. They gotta hire a guy like Madden. Or Buck Showalter.
I really think that Joe Madden, after all this time, is an overrated manager. I think he almost cost them their only World Series, and on top of that, he's made a lot of questionable calls. I think he just overmanages now. I think he's too much in his own head, and he thinks he's better than he actually is.
All right, if I'm the Mets, just to try and keep this like somewhat local, my top three. If you can get Girardi, great, get him. If you can't get him, get Madden. If you can't get him, get Showalter. And if you can't get him, get Mike Scioscia. But get somebody with some cachet.
With some clout.
Do not hire what would have been at the time the equivalent of an Aaron Boone because your franchise does not have the cachet to pull that off right now. And you'll get beaten up by the media and by the fans. Just make a safe, smart hire if you're the Mets. Because you actually have a good team.
This music's killing me.
You have a good team. It is funny. They have a good team, dude. Like, they were 20 games, I think, over 500 after the break. So they played well in the second half.
Polar bear.
And you have a really good starting rotation. And you have a guy who's probably going to win another Cy Young Award in Jacob deGrom.
Mats was pretty good, too.
Mats was good. Wheeler was good. Obviously, listen, Thor, you gotta, he was good too though, and they could hit. You got an exciting rookie of the year in Pete Alonso, McNeil. It's a good Conforto. It's a good team. Put a good manager there. No Mickey Callaway. Stay away from the Mickey Callaways. Damn, it's not that hard. It is not brain science. It is not rocket surgery.
That's my favorite saying. I say that all the time.
Rocket surgery?
Yeah. I say that one all the time. It's great. Love it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again on Monday.
Stay classy.
With our How Is This Only or How Is This Actually?
I'm gonna deep fry a chicken this weekend.
Ooh. Oh,
like
getting
that.
ready.
Yeah, I gotta practice my deep frying skills for the season. Yeah.
Did you ever try a pumpkin spice deep fried chicken?
No, I've not.
Think about it. Kevin
See, again,
Kennedy is available.
That's one of those things where you can overthink it. As much as I love pumpkin stuff, I pick my battles. You draw the line at certain spots.
Well, that's what the practice session is for. Just see it, see if it's good. If it's not, chuck it in the can.
No, I don't like wasting deep fried chicken or turkeys, man. You only get so many uses for the oil.
Gruden.
You use the oil 3 to 6 times, 6 on the high end. So you gotta that's $30 for 3 gallons of that crap. You gotta make it count. You gotta make it count.
You know, man.
Y'all feel me?
You know, man. You said it. You broke out your Grudenism.
I tell you what.
I tell you what, man. You only
Did
know
I don't even know what I'm doing.
You say it. You just say you just bring up men. The way you say it, man.
I tell you what, man.
All right, we'll see you guys Monday. We're back. How is this only? How is this actually? We'll recap on baseball and we'll recap on football and let you know
Will
what
the Yankees
we've
be out of
learned
the
and all
playoffs? Will Shane have caught up to me in the standings or pass me?
I have passed you. I'll have passed you because last week you did not do well. You picked Tennessee. No. That was this week.
Will James Paxton ass be hurt again? Will he literally be butt hurt? All this and more on Monday.
You picked the Ravens over the Browns. You picked the Cowboys over the Saints, and you picked the Bengals over the Steelers. And
That was a wishful thinking.
I got it right. I got the Bears beating the Vikings. I got the Saints beating the Cowboys, and I got the Steelers beating the Bengals.
Steelers.
And I missed the can.
Of course you did.
Oh snap! Oh snap! Fighting words.
Right. Have a good weekend, guys.
Peace out.
Be classy.
Happy fall day.
Oh,
Go out there.
Enjoy that weather.
You overslept already, Clint. Just go ahead and break out the golf clubs and take the golf course. Go play 9.
Go take a nap.
Peace out. See you guys Monday.